I had no prior experience in the exotic teas of Darjeeling, and this was my first experience of tea tasting as well as tea buying in Darjeeling. And through hit and trial, I learned a bit about different kinds of teas. I would also like to thank Mr. Bhaskar Balmuchu for guiding me about things in and around Darjeeling. My day started with a visit to the Happy Valley Tea Estate, which is located near the Rangeet Valley and walkable distance from the main city. However, it is covered in many of the sightseeing tours of Darjeeling, and most probably if you have some 7-point tour or 5-point tour, it could be included in the package. The weather was quite foggy and moody when I reached this place. The group of chickens running around the tea estate, which is located right behind the main factory. For rupees 100, you can do a guided tour of the tea making process, but it is not allowed to be captured on camera. While I was roaming around the tea estate, I met a fellow traveler for MP who also joined me in the factory tour. Let's look at the delicacy of the work, picking out the best leaves and throwing them back in the basket. I wanted to have a postcard image of tea plucking, and I was in a way lucky to have got these shots, and I also felt great talking to these women who are also singing some local songs while doing their thing. We were told about the process of tea making from the leaves and how there are different processes for black tea, green tea, and white tea. We were taken for a tea tasting session in a hall that was located above the factory. Among the different kinds of teas prepared, the orange flavored one seemed to be the most unique and tasteful, at least at that moment. I also ended up buying a 100-gram pack of that tea. However, on returning back, it did not seem like a great shopping decision. The orange flavor seemed to be less stronger than what it was at the factory. Also, there were a lot of fillers in the tea. All of this was not a big deal, but when you pay 15 times the cost of a good branded CTC tea, you expect a better quality control. All of this was still okay, but the worst thing was finding a small caterpillar inside the can. You can see it moving in this video. Later that day, I visited some other shops in the Mall Road in Darjeeling, including the Golden Tips and Nathmulls. Nathmulls have a cafe facing the valley. The slight drizzle outside added to the atmospheric feel of the place and made me want a hot cup of tea. But I was in no mood for the typical masala chai. And there came a lukewarm glass of white tea, literally being served in a champagne glass. It was not cheap, and it came at around 165 per glass, but still much better way to spend your money when you compare that to the cost of generic soda drinks at McDonald's. And that too with added health benefits of antioxidants. I have no clue how it'll taste. Let's find it out. It tastes quite subtle, almost like water. I was back in shopping mood after the tea and went through their offerings, which was way more comprehensive than the Happy Tea Estate. I ended up purchasing a packet of green tea, which was again a 100-gram pack. And the price was rupees 160, which comes to around 1600 rupees per kilogram. Not too bad considering that I paid 4000 rupees for a flavored black tea, and that too with a caterpillar larva in it. While unpacking it, it gave a very distinctive smell of green tea. With the package, they have got a nice pamphlet with recipe for iced tea. They also have the addresses of their store. On the front side, there are some details about the origin and the type of tea. This label says that this is the first flush and origin as Salim Hill. The tea looks much better here with no fillers and husks. The smell of the leftover tea was also quite pleasing. Overall, I suggest you to visit both these places for what they offer. However, for purchasing the tea, I suggest Nathmulls. This video may seem like an ad for the company, but I have not been paid and I literally like the experience over there, and hence I'm sharing the entire experience with you. I hope you like this video, and if you're planning to visit Darjeeling, then this video can come handy in exploring different places for buying as well as tasting tea. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to Extreme X. And don't forget to hit the like button.